year. Never let the system tell me how to make a meal. Never let society tell me how to eat a meal. But never get so comfortable to say it's time to chill. Got my dough on the rise, and my soul on the side. Got my dough on the rise, and my soul on the side. Don't chase dollars, let the money chase you instead.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Pacers looking like they can walk straight off the bus and onto the runway. A great fashion sense on this group. A view from the skies above downtown San Antonio. We're pleased to welcome you to Texas tonight. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. Tonight, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs as they play against the Indiana Pacers. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Andrew Wiggins.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Thank you, Kevin. We do see NBA teams utilizing more zone defenses. Raptors coach Nick Nurse said, offense changed so drastically, now defense is having to adjust. Lakers' Frank Vogel said when your team is down and looking for a spark, the zone can break their rhythm. Kevin?
We see cycles all the time in the NBA for sure, David. Thank you. And Greg, the outcome tonight could come down to the big men up front.
And versatility will be a key. The front court that can be physical, but also pass it and stretch the floor, I think will be the ones that end up on top.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. The guard pair are Brogdon and LeVert. He out there with Jeremy Lamb, and it's Turner in at the 5. And for the Spurs, Andrew Wiggins is out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then there's Victor Oladipo. And it's Gonzalez in at the 5 down low. And the Pacers start off with the ball. Lamb passes to Turner. It's stolen by Gonzalez. Pass to Wiggins. Back to Gonzalez. Ball's knocked loose. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
LeVert against Oladipo. LeVert kicks to Lamb. Outside to Brogdon. Indiana moving it around. Good on the three-point shot.
Boy, Brogdon has such outstanding vision as a playmaker. Easily spots the wide-open man there. You know, I think of Karis LeVert as one of those guys capable of going off on any given night for big numbers. He has that kind of explosive ability offensively.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
The kick out to Oladipo.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Gonzalez passes to Oladipo. And he goes in for the dunk.
Boy, that's outstanding court awareness from Oladipo. Head up and found the open man.
And that explosiveness of LeVert. We've seen it on nights when he gets hot and becomes unstoppable.
Greg, how about that game in 2020 when he went for 37 points in the fourth quarter and overtime alone? LeVert's a player that doesn't know the meaning of the phrase heat check. He can give it to you, boy.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Gonzalez. And it's Torrey Craig in for Jeremy Lamb. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
San Antonio ball.
.132 left to play in the first quarter. Stolen by Warren. Craig against Wiggins. Here's Turner. And he banks in the lane. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Pacers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Here's Brogdon following the bucket by the Spurs. The pass to LeVert. Brogdon looking it over. Rejected by Gonzalez, and he gets it back. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. The kick out to Rose. To the right side. Driving to the basket. Gonzalez, that's good.
Rose, a very solid floor general. I think that's an underrated part of his game. He's excellent at finding his teammates.
Pass to LeVert. Brogdon against Rose. It's stolen by Rose. Outside Gonzalez. Shooting foul. As the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple. Shooting 2.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
There's the lob to the hoop.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off.
Boy, both ends of that play, guys, were fantastic.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Pacers lead by 1. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And taking a look at the Pacers' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
And down the road, Greg, which current player might make for the best coach?
Well, I'm always partial to the point guard. And if you're looking for leadership, man, Chris Paul, Mike Conley, those guys I think are destined to coach. I think LeBron would be a great one as well. But I got a sneaky suspicion he'd just rather own the team.
So with Rose on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. We got Thomas. Mr. Fundamentals is out there with Iguodala. Then it's Robinson, and it's Bates Diaz. Been at the three. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Good evening, Kevin. Malcolm Brogdon has become a Pacers stalwart. He said, I fit the identity of this team as an underdog that overperforms and proves people wrong. I've been asked to be the leader of this team. I lead with my voice and by example. I'll be fearless on the court so that my teammates can follow. Kevin?
I love what he's about, David. Thank you. It's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
Here's Gonzalez, and they recover it. Craig against Gonzalez. Craig, good.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
And there's the foul. It's on Mr. Fundamentals. That is his first foul of the game. T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Indiana. Karis LeVert comes in for Torrey Craig. Pacers leading by 6.
Karis LeVert.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. And it's Warren with the jam.
Oh, he gets up so easily, throwing it down. T.J. Warren making it happen.
No matter what happens over the course of Jeremy Lamb's pro career, Clark, he'll always be able to look back at his national championship at UConn back in 2011.
Yeah, those banners and trophies are not recallable. When you've been part of one, as he was with Connecticut, it's part of you for life. And he was a huge part of that team that won it in 2011. They weren't picked by too many people to take the crown, but Lamb hit his stride at the perfect time in that year's tournament.
And now the first timeout called here for the Spurs.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Draymond Green comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Turner's checked in for the Pacers. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for T.J. McConnell.
Really good to see Turner find the open man, proving once again he's a team-first guy.
Pass to Gonzalez. Shoots over Turner, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one. One more coming up.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
San Antonio shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the word is they challenged each other, guys. I mean, each and every one of them to improve their free throw shooting in the offseason. Held each other accountable in that area. And now you see the results individually and as a whole.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's LeVert. Takes it inside.
LeVert is always aggressive. I like that mindset of his, especially in how he drives to the rim playing downhill. Goes there with a lot of speed.
Stolen by Brogdon. Pass to LeVert. Green with the block. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing. When to rise up and swat that one away.
Goga Bitadze is checked in for Miles Turner. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Bounce pass from Rose. Here's Gonzalez. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
And they're able to recover. And so it's Indiana with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Andrew, they shot the lights out in the first half. What has to change?
Get back. Focus on getting back, guarding your man, and not taking these real.
It starts with a man-on-man challenge. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. Their biggest lead in the first, 5 points. They really poured it on in the second quarter, building the lead to 10 points. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Pacers?
They come out determined to push the pace, up-tempo offense, getting the ball up court as quickly as possible. Advantage in transition points has been the major difference in this game.
Over to Kenny now. Your take on the Spurs.
The energy on D is just disappointing. They were slow to rotate. Communication was bad. No effort. I mean, the intensity on that end of the floor, where it needs to be, was just not there.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at Mr. Fundamentals in this game. He's been everywhere.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. The guard pair are Brogdon and LeVert. Be out there with Miles Turner, and it's Lamb in at the small forward.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Tries from 7. And with that shot, the Indiana lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Gonzalez.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
Boy, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
Down low, here's Green. Rejected by Gonzalez. In the corner, it's Brogdon. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. The Pacers making a change here. McConnell's checked in.
First team foul. Pacers substitution.
And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Outside, Lamb. Some nice passing here by Indiana. McConnell kicks to Lamb.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Salas down low, headed by Green. Gonzalez, that's good.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Gonzalez down low. Gonzalez on him.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile one block.
And guys, don't think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
And, Kevin, one thing you have to respect about Derrick Rose is that he's never stopped evolving. He's constantly adapting his game to best fit what his team needs.
Some changes here for the Spurs. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Green, and Thomas subbed in for Rose. Brissett has checked in for the Pacers. T.J. Warren comes in for Malcolm Brogdon. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. When you think about how Derrick Rose has changed, Greg, as a player, you see some of that in almost every facet of his game.
And, yeah, over the years, he's changed his shooting and play style in lots of little ways. But what hasn't changed is his talent for setting guys up. He's got a great eye for when and where to drop the dime.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. We've got 1:28 left to play here in the third. And stolen by McConnell. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. And that one is good. Brissett's got his second basket.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
It's intercepted. Oladipo against Lamb. Turner. Wiggins with the block.
Great read that time by Wiggins, anticipating the shot. Sends it out with return to sender postage.
Pacers leading by 9 to the inside. Brissett passes to Warren. Shoots from the block. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. Warren's got 6 points.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is. That's a tough shot.
And McConnell gets it to go. He's got 5.
Hey, T.J. Warren is definitely a scorer. He's got a shoot-first mentality, but he'll give it up if you're open.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Gonzalez, that's good.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
The 10-footer. Warren, good.
T.J.
Warren's got 4 points in the quarter.
I think this speaks to Warren's confidence level. I mean, this guy knows he has the confidence of his teammates and coaches to pull up.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Hey, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Here's Gonzalez. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Indiana. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And we'll be right back after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So with Rose on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. Mr. Fundamentals is out there with Iguodala. Then there's Victor Oladipo. Then it's Wiggins, and it's Thomas in at the 1 spot.
Boy, with that strong body and good size, Brogdon's able to finish through contact.
Iguodala outside. Gonzalez's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Uses both hands to slam it down.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
I wasn't quite sure if he'd be able to maintain that same level of play. I had my doubts coming into this game, but considered my doubts disappeared.
Gonzalez against Thomas.
2 minutes.
Outside Gonzalez. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Gonzalez has got 4 points this quarter. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Pacers.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
You know, one other area they're doing well in is steals. I mean, they've knocked the ball loose a number of times and been able to track it down after the fact.
You got to like what P has done in this game.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
So both teams changing it up here. Here's Gonzalez. That one drops for him. 26 points for Mr. Fundamentals.
You can't say enough about his individual performance. I don't think you can overstate it. I mean, even if the all-around team effort's been lacking, this guy's been on top of things.
San Antonio ball.
It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 6 assists here tonight.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
It's stolen by Gonzalez.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory. For the Pacers.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And you have to love the effort this team plays with night in and night out, win after win this year, and they have earned it. Tonight will make it 62 wins on the year for them.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
I tell you what, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for P.
He was everywhere, defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 1:22 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Brogdon against Rose. Now here's LeVert. Tight defense on him.
They maintained focus all night and along the way put on quite a show.
And, you know, everybody in the building knows this is a wrap, a done deal. Put this one in the W column.
He's put on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it.
Here's Gonzalez. The shot that time, not on target. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. And the pass to Rose. Out to the wing. Now Gonzalez. Rejected by Gonzalez. LeVert with a wide open look. Sinks the triple. And the Pacers lead by 16.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I'll tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
Passes it to Gonzalez. And there it is for him.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Outside Gonzalez. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks, guys. Malcolm, you're on a real roll right now. How do you think things are going?
I feel great. You know, there are going to be stretches where we don't play as good a basketball than the stretches where we're playing very good basketball. So, you know, the key is to have long stretches of good basketball, and that's what we're doing right now.
It's the best you've played all season, man. Congrats. Back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.